like, subscribe, and hit the notification button if you would. Okay, so last night, Daniel Way came up on Watch What Happens Live. Sheena Shea says that she, really likes Danielle, and the group has met him obviously at Coachella, but it would appear that Sheena thinks that this guy might last. And that was the impression I got from Watch What Happens Live, which thus made me want to do a video about him, because he's not just a hookup, let's say, like the guy we saw on last night's show with Katie on Vanderpump Rules, which I think that guy was more of just like a passing man. This is like somebody who Ariana is really interested in. Anyway, Ariana allegedly met Daniel at a friend's wedding in Mexico, and they stayed in touch. He lives in New York. Okay, so there's Daniel Way. He's a trainer, and there he is hugging Ariana, right, at Coachella. And I was like, he's all right. But then I saw this picture, and I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. Yeah. Look at his body. It's super hot. So he made a montage video to music, which I can't play on YouTube, but I could hear him talking, and sounds really lovable. Like, he's got a great voice and a great personality. He's like silly, but not too silly. Yeah, I really was like, oh, I get it. I'm getting this vibe off this guy. Let me show you some of the pictures from his reel. There is Ariana on the floor, it looks like, playing around on the car. This is them at a place called Celsius. This is them holding hands. This is them being lovey-dovey together. This is them at Camp Poosh, which is like a pop-up at Coachella. This is, I think, Ariana sneaking in somewhere. This is them in matching sneakers. They were probably gifted them at Coachella. This is them dancing around together, getting IV infusions to recover from their hangover. This is Ariana playing around while they were dancing, and then Ariana on his shoulders. Yeah, they look pretty serious, actually. He's a boxer, not just a trainer. He's certified in a lot of different physical certifications. I wonder what gym he works out at. Oh, I think it's Equinox. Okay, I don't know which one, though, in New York. He said Equinox. He likes motorcycles, and he's close to his grandpa and family, which is sweet. His grandpa, he says, family time, chilling, giving my gramps that lucky red envelope obviously worked because he's been winning in Mahjong all day. I am so happy. He seems really sweet and nice and about the right things. So I hope that they can manage somewhat of a long distance relationship. But Ariana goes to New York a lot for Watch What Happens Live. And I'm sure a lot of her influencer gigs and stuff take her to New York. So I'm hoping this one works for a bit for them. I don't know if they'll get married, but I think he'll be a good boyfriend for her for a while. He seems about the right things. Now, Tom Sandoval, Sheena leaked, she doesn't know where him and Raquel are, but that their relationship, she heard, had become toxic. And look at the way Tom says, when TMZ asks him, are you going to see Raquel? Because the rumor was that he was visiting Raquel at Miraval, the spa she was going to. That was a really strong rumor. Like, everyone thought it was happening. So either he changed plan and was like, I'm not going to do that. It's going to throw petrol on the fire. Or they got into some sort of argument and he just decided not to go. He's been hanging out with Billie Lee, not in a dating way, but in a way of, like, I guess her trying to get back on the show, maybe him having someone he's thinking he can confide in and later shoot with. Andy Cohen's working on the problem as we speak as to how to bring Raquel and Tom Sandoval back when nobody wants to shoot with them in the regular group. He's, I think, working with Lisa Vanderpump to help her figure out how to build another team around Sandoval, Schwartz, and Raquel, that, they could have another group going with this group and then maybe have a few people flop in and out, to keep the momentum. As they do. But Andy admitted last night he's working on that as we speak, and he's advising Lisa Vanderpump, which makes him seem a little less, he's always sort of made it sound like he's got nothing to do with the franchise. But then last night he sort of like lost his story on that a little, because he was like, yeah, these are the things that keep me up at night. And we are working on that problem. So anyway, that was a slip up. All right, let me break down the interview that Tom Sandoval briefly gave TMZ at the airport. He's being shady, in my opinion, period.
You see the photos? You see Ariana's kind of moving on?
Yes, I love that.
Is that what you want?
Yes, I do.
Somehow, if I was Ariana, that wouldn't make me feel better. That would make me feel worse. And I kind of feel like he should know
How's
that.
Raquel holding up, man?
I don't know, man. There's no comment on that one.
Are you going to see her?
No.
That was a very, very intense no, wasn't it? So as I mentioned earlier in this video, there were lots of rumors that Raquel was going to a mental institution, and that mental institution was actually Miraval, where it was like a 5-star spa, and then Tom was meeting her there. Well, then Tom came out and seemed to confirm that he was going to Miraval, but then changed his plans at the last minute because Miraval jumped into all of the chitter chatter that was happening around the gossip in a sort of funny way, making a play on the Vanderpump Rules scandal or Scandival. And so he was pissed, and he wrote this: "I'm beyond disappointed in Miraval Resorts and their decision to post to their Instagram this past weekend, alluding to me staying there this week. They claim to be a refuge for wellness and betterment, but that is obviously false. They'd rather feed into the negativity and spectacle that has engulfed my life in a continuous effort to be healthy and work on myself. I planned a trip to go there completely alone to try and find some peace. Miraval clearly isn't the place for that. Special shout out to the general manager who refuses to take any responsibility for their actions of his team, even though he considered the post in poor taste." But Rachel's parents are in Arizona, so there was definitely something going on there, and there's been no further word on Raquel actually being in a mental institution in Arizona, where Miraval is located. So we don't know what's really going on here. And it does seem like her PR agent may have leaked the information to TMZ originally when this whole thing broke. So all I can tell you is Tom Sandoval and Raquel being attracted to Arizona, where she's from, for all their mental health treatment seems to be a little bit more than just a coincidence. Hope they're managing in all of this, although they've done horrific things. Just saying. And watching Vanderpump Rules last night, I was dying. Raquel pretending to be on the side of someone who has been cheated on and really understand that position and all of this stuff was sickening, considering she was doing it to Ariana at the time. It's so gross. I can't. And as someone who's had it happen to me, I felt so pissed. All right, let's talk about it. What do you think about Ariana's new man, Daniel? Do you know anything about him that maybe I haven't heard? Tell me in the comments. Also, what do you think about Tom Sandoval's reaction to Ariana? And what do you think really the plan was with this whole mental health thing leaked to TMZ, followed by Tom Sandoval going to Arizona, Miraval for mental health treatment also, but more of a spa environment? What is going on? And has the relationship broken down with Raquel? Are these signs of cracks or not?